Hi-lo everybody, this is the Doctor and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online Romulan Faction with Rassilon. In the last missions we finished the Cardassian struggle, so we are about to start with the Borg, and that will be a lot of fun. But before we get to that, you and I today are going to sit down and acquire a new ship. We're going to put some stuff on it, and then we're going to take it out into space. So what do I have for you today? Well, if we go to Ship Bundles and Romulan Dreadnought Bundle, it's time to do this. We're going to purchase the Romulan Dreadnought Bundle. So here it goes. Buy 5,000 Zen. Yes, now I'm out of Zen and I should have 3 brand new ships. Just like that. And indeed I do. I have already gone ahead and stripped my bridge officers from my old ship. So the Eye of Harmony, I need to get all the gear off of it, but I have stripped the bridge officers off in preparation, and also I have weeded out bridge officers I did not need. There were some in there that I wasn't using anymore, so I got rid of them. But I'm going to strip the ship first, take everything off. Ooh, except that warp core. That warp core belongs on that ship only. And just do this the easy way. You double click and everything goes away. I don't want to get rid of any specific consoles to this ship. What is this? That is part of the adapted Borg warp core Tal Shiar adapted destroyer, so it only works on the Tal Shiar adapted destroyer or Tal Shiar adapted battlecruiser, so that has to stay on the ship. That won't work on our new one. Okay, now that all of that is gone, and we will also get rid of this. We'll just call it the Tal Shiar adapted Tal Shiar battle BC. Tal Shiar BC. Okay, now we are ready. So here in my inventory, I now have a Falchion Dreadnought Warbird, I have a Scimitar Dreadnought Warbird, and I have a Tulwar Dreadnought Warbird. They are all dreadnoughts. I'm going to go for the one that is science focused, and we're going to take just a quick look at the difference between all 3 before we equip it. Let's just go over some information. Also, before we do that, I will be doing a full video on all 3 of these ships. My standard play Borg STFs, play Voth STFs, play PvE, go over them in detail, do a really awesome build on them. I will do that on these ships. That will be later on down the road, after I basically finish Rassilon and get him tiered up in some reputation and get him gear. I might even try these on another character, I'm not sure. Question, can these dreadnoughts be flown on another character like, say, Federation? Can a Federation character fly these? I believe the answer is yes, but if somebody will let me know for sure, then I might try these on a Federation character where I already have all that gear and I can show it to you faster. But I will get to that. I will do a full video. What I'm going to do today, this one video, is just us putting this ship on Rassilon, gearing it up, and getting it ready so we can do the Borg missions. And I'll spend more time with it as we go through the rest of the missions on Rassilon. So this video is not about the build on the ship and or any of that stuff. I'm just going to use what I got. I'm going to put it on there, I'm going to take it into space, and I'm going to hope it does us well. Because that Tal Shiar adapted battlecruiser, very disappointing in my book. But I may come back and revisit that one in the future as well. Anyway, I just wanted to state that. Alright, now let's look at the different ones here. You've got the Falchion class. A lot of people go for that one. It's a very common one. And the reason why is the Falchion class has an engineering focus. So as a all of these ships actually have commander level engineering bridge officer, commander engineering bridge officer, and even the science one doesn't have a commander science officer, so that's disappointing. But these are really geared for, like, I guess engineers, because they have that engineering bridge officer. Alright, the original Scimitar was the most formidable ship in its time, carrying an unparalleled level of firepower and capable of fighting the Enterprise E and multiple Mogai-class warships simultaneously. While the Scimitar was ultimately destroyed, its design has been used to create new lines of ships equipped with the latest in Romulan technology. All Scimitar-type ships are slow-moving, so right there I know I'm going to have a problem with that, but have high hull strength, powerful shields, and 5 forward weapon slots. So we got 5 forward weapon slots. That's going to be good. Good shields and a good hull strength. So it is kind of more of a tanky ship, it's sounding like. Romulan Dreadnoughts come standard with 1 hangar bay equipped with Scorpion fighters. Scorpion fighters are equipped with plasma pulse cannons and plasma torpedoes. So this ship only has 1 hangar bay. Again, that's not extremely good, but it's something. Romulan Dreadnoughts can also equip Romulan drone ships, which can be obtained from standard hangar stores. And I have seen that in the Dilithium store, and this ship is the ship where you can put that drone on. We'll go look at it in a second. Each Romulan Dreadnought is equipped with a Romulan battle cloaking device. Yes, for battle cloaking. This cloaking device can be used in combat, but your weapon system and shields are disabled while it's active. The Faction class has an engineering focus and comes equipped with a secondary shield console. This potent defensive console creates a secondary layer of shielding around your ship that operates on a different frequency than standard shielding. These secondary shields will absorb damage before your primary shields or hull are damaged. This console may be equipped in any console slot, but only on Romulan Dreadnoughts. That sounds awesome. I've always thought that Starfleet ships or Federation ships should have multi-layered shields. I mean, they can do that. The technology exists, so why not do that? Why just rely on one big shield? In a way, they kind of do with the deflector shield, because that kind of deflects asteroids and things away from the ship. But, or that's also called the navigational array as well. But why not have multi-layered shield system? You know, why not have some kind of tight form-fitting shield around the ship? You could even have a second shield above that, and then a third shield above that. Why not multi-layered shields? So I like this idea on the Faction. Now, because we're going to fly the Tulwar, I'm going to take the console off of this ship and put it on the Tulwar, so we will have that ability as well. The secondary shields console is part of the Advanced Scimitar system set, and now that I have all 3 ships, I now have that Advanced Scimitar system set. I'm going to take all consoles from all the ships and combine them into my one ship, and I will now have the awesome Scimitar, or at least the whole Scimitar system set. The 2-piece set bonus gives the ship rapid maneuvering thrusters, which increase the ship's turn rate and allow the ship to maintain the turn rate bonus from cloaking after exiting cloak or for the duration of the cloaking ambush. Now that to me is awesome, because they said the ship is slow moving, and I hate slow moving ships, but with 2 of the consoles we're going to get a 2-piece bonus that's going to improve our turn rate. Oh yeah, that is what I want, so that is sweet. The 3-piece set bonus is a Thalaron pulse, a power that allows the ship to deliver a massive blast of Thalaron radiation to all enemies in front of the ship. This power takes 12 seconds to charge, and enemies may flee to potentially avoid the attack. The Thalaron pulse cannot be fired while cloaked, and I take it or imagine that the power of the Thalaron pulse is going to depend upon your auxiliary power. So as a science captain who is going to have a lot of auxiliary power for my other science powers, I imagine the Thalaron pulse will be better because of that. At least that's what I'm thinking. So the Faction, all of these are kind of laid out the same. All of them have 1 commander tactical, 1, no, I take that back, they don't. Okay, this one does have a commander tactical, a lieutenant engineering, a lieutenant science, an ensign universal, and a lieutenant commander universal. I know that the Tulwar we're going to fly has a commander engineering, which is a little weird, but that's what it has. Anyway, they all have 5 fore and 3 aft. This one has 3 tactical, 4 engineering, and 3 science. So it's still a little heavy on the engineering. Even though it has a commander tactical, that's good. It has 4 engineering. I guess that will help you tank as a tactical. So I guess you could have a tactical character in the Faction class. and tank with it, like a tanking tactical. That kind of sounds actually fun. So, so maybe that's why a lot of people use the Faction class, is for that fact, that they can have that commander tactical position and then tank with it with engineering. Okay, well, that's cool. 40,000 hull, 1.1 shield, so it does have a little bit of a shield modifier to increase our shield capacity. 7 degrees per second turn rate. See, I hate that. But with our 2-piece bonus, that'll be increased to what? I don't know. It can load cannons, but I'm probably going to go with beams since it's slow turning. Battle Cloak, Scorpion Fighters, Singularity Warp Core, 1 Hangar Bay. Now this one has +10 to shields and +10 to engines, so yeah, this would be a good kind of tanking tactical. Now the next one is the Scimitar class. The Scimitar class most closely resembles the original model, and it's designed for raw firepower. Oh, so maybe this one's the tactical one then? Let's look at what it has. This one has a Commander Tactical, again, just like the Falchion, a Lieutenant Engineering, a Lieutenant Science, Ensign Universal, and Lieutenant Commander Universal. Okay, yeah, 5 tactical. So here's your engineering one, tactical one. So if you wanted to go with pure firepower, yeah, 5 tactical slots. Only 2 engineering though, see, it's not going to have much in the engineering. But it's got the same everything else, same hull, same shield modifier, same turn rate, same weapon layout. And it can load cannons, it's got a battle cloak and everything else. And it gives +10 to weapons and +5 to engines. So yeah, so I guess the Scimitar class is like your escorty dreadnought. And then the Falchion class would be your engineering-y dreadnought. And then that will bring us to the Tulwar, which will be your science-y dreadnought. That's how it works out. And you can see why with all that. Now this one also has a unique console. Comes with a cloaked barrage console. This console briefly distributes your Singularity Core's energy to both your cloaking and weapon systems. Activating this console will allow you to fire your weapons while cloaked for a brief period of time. After this effect expires, your weapon power will be significantly drained. This console may be equipped in any console slot, but only on Romulan Dreadnoughts. Okay, so now we're going to have this ability to fire while cloaked. Now that really makes the battle cloak very useful, and cloaking in general, because now we can fire while cloaked, uncloak, get a damage bonus, and fire again. Oh, this is going to be great. Now we come to the Tulwar class, which is the one that I'm going to fly because it is more science-based. And I was wrong. I don't know what I was looking at before. I thought it said 1 Commander Engineering on these, but I was wrong. This is again a Commander Tactical. So, see, but I'm a little disappointed that it doesn't have a Commander Science. That means we're not going to get Gravity Well 3 out of this. So that sucks. Now we are going to get good tactical abilities out of it, but we're not going to get what I really want out of it as being a science ship. So really none of these are, even the Tulwar is really not a science ship. Even though it's science focused, it's really not, because that's terrible. Now you can get a Lieutenant Commander Universal Station, so obviously, well, that's where we'll put our Science Officer, because that way I can get the most out of my science space abilities, but that's only going to lead me to Tychon's Rift 2 or Gravity Well 2 at the max. So I'm not going to get my power combo I always love is Gravity Well 3 and Tychon's Rift 2. I'm not going to get that with this ship. It's just not going to be possible. That sucks. I'm going to have good tactical abilities for a science captain because I got a Commander Tactical Station, but that's not really what I want as a science officer on a science ship. 1 Lieutenant Engineering, 1 Lieutenant Science, 1 Ensign Universal. 3 Tactical, 2 Engineering, so I have terrible engineering consoles, but I get 5 Science console slots, so I can boost that those science abilities, even though I'm not going to have a whole lot of them because my bridge officer layout isn't that great. So there's some compromises here with this ship. Some big compromises, excuse me. Same everything else. Singularity Distributor Unit console, we'll look at that. Plus 10 power to auxiliary and 5 to shield. So there's your science focus. Plus 10 to auxiliary. That's how they classify it. That plus the 5 science consoles. That's how they classify it as science focused. more auxiliary power, and 5 science consoles. But darn, those bridge officer stations are terrible for a science officer. That's gonna hurt us. Alright, while equipped, alright, the Tulwar class has a science focus. It comes with a Singularity Distributor unit. The Singularity Distributor unit is capable of redirecting power from your Singularity core to allow for shields to be up even while cloaked. While equipped, your vessel will suffer no shield power drain while Battle Cloak is active. Additionally, your shield systems will not be brought offline. This console also helps to mask your ship's Singularity power signature, diminishing the Singularity's impact on your ship's cloaking device. This console may be equipped on any console slot, but only in Romulan Dreadnoughts. So that is going to mean now we're going to be able to fire while cloaked and have our shields up while cloaked. So that's cool. But still, I don't know if that makes up for the lack of bridge officers. This is just not the way I wanted the bridge officers to be. That's going to be interesting. It may take some time to really find a good build with this ship, to be honest with you. Alright, now that all ships are active, I can go to select your ship, bring up my inventory. I'm going to go to each one and strip off the console. This is the Tulwar, that's what I'll be using. There's the Falchion. We'll take the secondary shields off of that. And this, and where's the other one at? That one. This is the Cloaked Barrage. And then the Tulwar is the one I will be using, so that's there. Okay. We'll just put these on here for right now, and we'll step back and take a look at this. I need to make it active. That would be helpful. Ready, Starship. Okay, I am going to take away all of the weapons it comes with. Now, I'm probably going to change my mind from the weapons. See, they got plasma on here, and that's actually a very good idea for a science officer. And I'm going to tell you a little secret and the reason why. And this goes thanks to somebody in Stowmaster's channel, and you know who you are. Thank you so much for this suggestion. A plasma build with a science officer can be augmented in a very big way. And that way is that you can go to your fleet embassy, if you have a fleet embassy, and you can get plasma science consoles from your fleet embassy. These plasma science consoles will increase plasma damage and also increase your science abilities, like particle generator for gravity well, Titan drift, that type of thing, or graviton, or other types of whatever you need. All your science abilities basically, but each one also boosts plasma damage. So let's say you got 5 science console slots. Well, theoretically you could put 5 of those consoles here, and each one boosting plasma damage, in addition to your tactical console slots boosting plasma damage, in addition to the Riemann or Romulan deflector, impulse, and shield set, and the 3-piece Romulan set, which includes a beam, a torpedo, and a console that also boosts plasma damage. And it even has a third ability called a plasma hyperflux or something like that. You put all that junk on your ship, you're going to have the most plasma damage out of anybody in this game. I mean, you can just totally do a ton more damage with plasma on a science character, because you're boosting the plasma, but at the same time you're also boosting your science skills and abilities. So that is really the ultimate science build, and I would love to show that to you, but Rassilon is far, far, far away from having that gear. I mean, he first has to get to tier 5 new Romulus, and then he needs to get a ton of fleet credits and all that to buy all this proper stuff. So He's far, far and away from having any of that, but that would be the ultimate build, and that is eventually what I will go for. Now that I know you can do it that way, that's eventually what I will go for. Right now, I don't have any of that stuff, so I can't go for it. So I'm just going to use what I have for right now. So I got 5 forward weapon slots, which is just so pretty. That's going to rock. And I'm putting a dual beam on because that's really all I have right now. I do not know how fast this ship is going to turn. If it turns out to be really slow, I may replace that dual beam bank with just another beam. But we will see, because I don't know. Also, the wide-angle quantum torpedo might be useful on this ship. But right now I'm just going to use what I got. We'll see what happens. Now, I've only got 2 engineering, and that's kind of terrible for me. Because I gotta have my EPs, and I like my neutronium, and then I got no more in engineering. And I see I'd love to have an RCS if it was really slow, but I'm not gonna have that ability right now. So yeah, Rassilon just needs more gear. He's very, very low end. Very low end. I guess I could put the tachyonetic converter in the science slot for right now, but before I do that, I want to see what his base turn is. What are you? You are plasma projectile. I guess we'll just fill you up with what I got. Oh yeah, my, darn this. Shoot. Well, I guess that has to go there then. So I can't have the tachyonetic, because I gotta have this. And if I get the kinetic cutting beam, then I can have the Omega Weapon Amplifier 2-piece bonus, which I absolutely love. And again, I'll show you why. Because you have a 2.5 chance to apply this. It's a plus 10 current weapon power, and a plus 500 current weapon power resistance, and a plus 500 maximum weapon power resistance rating. So, basically, on a beam boat, like this is obviously going to be for right now, power is everything. So that Omega Weapon Amplifier will help. So eventually I want to get the kinetic cutting beam. I guess I'll replace the torpedo and go mostly beams on this ship. I'm thinking right now, because it's probably going to be slow turning and I don't have room for the tachyonetic converter. Yeah, there's a lot to think about with this ship, and I only have 1 hangar bay. Now let me show you what other things you can put in that hangar bay. This is really cool. Go to special items and boxes. No, go to ship and space items. No, I was right. Special items and boxes, special items, and right somewhere, where are you? That's it. Advanced Romulan drone ship. You can only put it on the Falchion Dreadnought, Scimitar, or the Tulwar. But this is a Romulan drone ship, and it has Disruptor Beam Array ×3, Plasma Torpedoes, Multi-Spectral Emitters, Triphasic Emitters, Beam Array Overload 2, Fire at Will 2, Emergency Power to Shields 2, and a Multi-Spectral Emitter Sensor Distortion. That is what I want in my hangar bay. And you can read about it here. I'm not going to go over everything, but if you want to pause and read this, here you go. You can read all about what all those multispectral triphasic emitters do. It's a very cool hangar ship, and since I only have 1 hangar bay, it's not like I can spam a lot of hangars. So this is what I want: is the advanced Romulan drone ship. At 25,000 dilithium, I have 615. I'm far, far away from getting that, but once I do, that will replace my Scorpion fighters. Okay. Oh my! Wait a minute. Why don't I have a singularity core? Oh, did I delete the singularity core? I bet I did, didn't I? Oh man, I have that problem. I need to get a good singularity core too. I'm thinking I can just take 1 off of these other ones. They're probably all the same. Singularity warp core Mark 10. Singularity warp core Mark 10 common. Yeah, they're all the same on that ship. Well, fine. Yes, I will have to get a better singularity warp core as well, because that's just crap. But it will get me going. Let's take a quick look at ship configuration, and I'm curious just how we can customize our ship, or if we can customize it, and that's with the visuals on. Let me turn them off real quick so that we can see what it looks like. So there she is. Very cool. I like this little open slit here in the wings. It's nice. Okay, we've got the scimitar. Oh crap, that really changed it, didn't it? So there's the... That's not what ours look like. Cancel. Falchion, Romulan veteran. Ooh, that's really kind of neat looking. That almost looks like a replicator ship, doesn't it? It's all like, looks like like multiple replicators came together and made that ship. Scimitar, Tulwar. That's right, we do have a scimitar bridge, so I think we'll look at that in space. Ah, because we own... Ooh, this is cool. So because we own all three of them, we can customize ours and make it look completely unique. We could take the hull and change it to a different one, different style. Could take the bottom nacelles. I guess that's these things. Change them. The top nacelles. That's cool. The wings. There's the Tulwar wings. So we can change that. These are sensors apparently. We can change those as well. So we can really change the look of our ship. That's neat. So let's look at now our bridge officer stations. See, this is going to be the hard part because, yeah. Well, let's see what we can do here. This is the highest science station that I can have. So this is going to have to be my science station, my science officer. Tychon's Rift, science team, tractor beam. Obviously I'm going to have to reskill these. Where's Riemann Psi have? Transfer shield strength 3. But I want science abilities. I want, like, you know, gravity well and stuff. So that means probably my Romulan Psi. And I'll have to change this. See, she's got gravity well 3, but she can't use it on this ship. So I'm probably going to end up with gravity well 2 and Tychon's Rift 1. And then I'll use this as the other science. That's like all I can do with the science. It's gonna suck, but that's all I can do. Well, poo-poo. You have cannon rapid fire, and that is not helpful. I'm not going to be using cannons. You do have torpedo spread 3. That is cool. If I were using cannons, Tov and Kev would be awesome. With cannon and torpedo ability. My Jem'Hadar, what do you have? Okay, you got torpedo spread 3, so I don't want to get rid of that. You have dispersal pattern 3, but I'm not going to be using mines or anything, so I guess I can retrain dispersal pattern 3. I'll just end up having to get rid of you. What do I have? I have one more here. Attack pattern delta 3. I mean, if I was on an escort, sure, all these attack patterns would be great. So do I want to get rid of attack pattern delta 3, or do I want to get rid of the other one? One of them I'm going to have to get rid of. And I can have a tier 3 ability there. I'm going to find someone to train me, is what I'll do. And you can't trade the Jem'Hadars, so I guess we need to do... And I can't trade the Liberated Borg. So I'm going to get someone to train me in a tier 3 ability. but you cannot trade the Jem'Hadar to people to get them to train you. And I cannot trade the liberated Borg. And of course you cannot trade Tovan Kev, and I wouldn't want to anyway. So even, well, that sucks then, because then I'm not going to have torpedo spread 3 if I get another, if I get a tactical officer that I can trade to someone to get me a tier 3 tactical ability. I'm not going to have torpedo spread 3 because they can't train that ability. Nobody can train that ability. Well, this is going to suck. This is going to take a lot of thinking. Y'all see where I'm going here? I want to have a tier 3 ability in the commander position if I'm going to have a commander tactical station on this ship. And you cannot trade your Jem'Hadar with people, you cannot trade your liberated Borg, and you cannot trade Tovan Kev. And Tovan has the torpedo spread 3, and so does the Jem'Hadar. But I can't trade them to get their commander ability to a tier 3 that's useful to me. And if I got another tactical officer, I could trade him with someone and get that tier 3 commander ability. But nobody can train torpedo spread 3. So I would be losing that ability. Now that is a conundrum. You know what would also be good on this ship, even though I'm not an escort person, would be what is it, Gamma? I forgot what it's called, but I believe, yeah, Gamma is the one that helps with turn rate. But then again, I'm still stuck with whatever a tier 2 ability for that one. And I'm a science officer, so I can't train myself in tactical abilities. And I don't want to get rid of Cannon Rapid Fire 3, because I may use that in the future. One day I may have a ship where I use cannons, and that will be a great ability. Attack Pattern Gamma is the one that does oh man. So I guess I'm just gonna have to get another tactical officer, and I'm trying to think. I probably want, you know, Fire at Will 3, but wait, yeah, Fire at Will 3, is that a commander ability? You know what, this is going to take some thinking. I'm going to have to think about all this and do this off screen, because it's going to take a lot of time. And you guys can give me suggestions on how you think I should do it. For right now, just so that we can get into space and I can show you the ship and maybe do a little bit of something, let's just pick that so that we have an officer there. For my ensign, what ensign? I guess we could do another ensign engineering, probably. I don't have another engineer. I'm gonna have to get another engineer too. So I'm lacking a lot in bridge officers here. My bridge officer setup is terrible. So what you see right now, forget it. It will be different when we come back and do the Borg missions. I'm gonna spend time with this character off camera and get the bridge officer stations right. So what you see right now is not what is going to be. Just repeat, that is not what I'm going to keep. This is just so that I can go into space right now, show you this ship, and we can look at it together. But that is not going to be my final build at all. So please don't give me crap about it. But do please give me lots of feedback and suggestions on that bridge officer layout and how I can do a good job with the Tulwar. And remember, I want to be sciencey and use offensive science abilities. Gravity Well, Tychon's Rift, offensive stuff like that. Okay, let's get out of the way of people here. You know what? That doesn't turn terribly bad. Oh, and I do have all three of the consoles, so I guess I'm getting a buff from that. Whatever it's called. So, okay, I just want to get away from everybody, and then we'll take a look at everything here. Okay. I like the looks of the ship. Very cool. Very nice. Our power levels suck. 31 engine is not good. 51 auxiliary is terrible. Holy crap, our power levels are bad. I mean, really bad. But that will be fixed eventually in time one day. Alright, so we have all three abilities here. The rapid maneuvering thrusters increases your turn rate by 2. So I guess our turn rate was 7 before and now it's 9? Is that how that works? Let's go to movement and let's take off all of the consoles and see what our movement is without them. Turn rate is 3.2, we're not moving. Turn rate is, we're at 8.7 degrees a second without the consoles. 8.7. And here's how it turns. Now that is a slow turn rate. See, this is why I wouldn't really want to put cannons on the ship. Cannons would be useless. Even though it can support them, it can't turn worth a crap. I mean, this is really meant for beams. That turn rate is just unacceptable for cannons. If I thought the Avenger was unacceptable for cannons, this really is unacceptable for cannons. So, I mean, there you go. That turn rate is terrible. You couldn't do cannons with that. But you could do a lot of beams, which is what I have. Alright, now let's see. We were at 8.7. Now let's put 2 of these on, and we should get a bonus. Takes us, yeah, 2 up. Basically, flat out, 2 up. Now we're at 10.7. And that does help. I can tell the difference, but it's still not fast enough for beams. But it definitely helps. It definitely helps. Better with them than without. So, now if I had room for the tachyonetic converter, I would put that on, and that would even help more, or an RCS. But I don't really need to worry about that too much because I'm going to be doing like fire at will. That's probably what I'm going to be focusing on. And hopefully they'll fix the crit bug on that. But fire at will. Probably fire at will 3, since I have the ability to do that with my Commander Tactical. Let's put all 3 back on. The third bonus to this is the Thalaron Pulse, which we cannot... well, maybe we can demonstrate it, I don't know. Let's see where our special buttons. That's engineering team. What is this? Secondary shields. Let's look at that. Okay, very cool effect. And it works for 45 seconds. Cool. This is the Battle Cloak. Ooh, and this lit up when I changed it. So there's the Battle Cloak, and this is the Fire Weapons while cloaked.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Okay, so now I can fire weapons if I wanted to. For how long? 15 seconds? Maybe not too long. Okay. This is the Thalaron Pulse, which I cannot enable. These are my Singularity abilities that I have. Plasma Shockwave, Singularity Jump, Energy Weapon, Singularity Overcharge, Warp Shadow, and Quantum Absorption. A lot of Singularity abilities. That's really nice. And there's my Scorpion Fighters. I guess I can't launch them while I'm cloaked. Yep, see, only 2. It's not really worth it, so I definitely want that drone, and it's really hard to see them. They're so small because my ship is big. Let's make sure that's all the special abilities. Cloak Barrage, that's the other one. It's on cooldown. Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah, that was the fire weapons while cloaked. Okay. Secondary shields, we did that. The aileron pulse we cannot do. So yeah, those are the unique abilities. Okay. Let's look at my stats real quick. 3,000 crew, crew recovery rate 50%, live crew 3,000, stealth 20, power transfer 170, 54 hull. That's not terrible, but I know it can be better when I get everything all buffed up. 12 on shields. I know that's terrible because it's Aegis. Yeah. Okay, well that's everything. The only thing that I need to really fix is the bridge officer stations. Well, I have 3 out. I guess it launches 3 of them. Still, I want that Borg drone thing. Now, I know we're not really geared up for combat and all that stuff, but let's take it out into a red alert and just see it doing something. I just want to see it doing something. I don't know. I don't care what. I just want to see it, right? Go, slipstream drive. We'll just pull into this easy red alert, and I really want to try out some of the abilities. Let's try firing while cloaked. That sounds interesting to me. Okay, oh, and there's our Thaleron pulses now lit up. Let's do Battle Cloak, and we cannot fire the pulse while we're in Cloak, of course. Cloak Barrage. Now I can fire while cloaked. These Klingons don't know what's coming.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Now that is sweet. And my shields are up because I have all the consoles, so shields are up at the same time. Oh, it ran out. Okay, I can't fire anymore. So it doesn't have a very long time that you can use it. That sucks. It doesn't have a very long time, but let us decloak and fire the Thaleron.
Ship is under attack.
Boy, that does take a long time, and they can move out of your range. That's the sucky part. I can't turn while it's active. It vaporized them. So you cannot turn while the Thaleron thing is active, and it takes a long time to charge up and go. So yeah, the enemy can definitely move out of your space before you can fire on them. Secondary shielding.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Now he's firing on me. That should absorb the impact. Yeah, look, I got like a second ring of shields. Oh, sweet. I need a real powerful enemy. You know what's going to really test this secondary shielding? The Borg. When they do their shield transfer stuff, I mean their tachyon beam and stuff, and drain my shields and then try to attack me. This secondary shielding is going to be awesome on that. Hey, I was going to do a thing on him. Get away from me. I'm testing abilities. Go away. I want to use one of my singularity abilities. Let's try... Singularity jump. I like that one. That's cool. See what damage it does to that little ship. It's doing damage right now. Not a whole lot of damage, though. It does do something, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It gets you out of the way, which is cool. But it itself, I mean, this is a low-level enemy, and it's just not doing a lot of damage to it.
Warning, ship is under attack.
So really, that is not so much used for damage, but more so just to get away from something. That's how I would use it.
Target's shields have failed.
Well, we looked at the Thaleron pulse. We looked at the secondary shields. We tried firing while under attack or under cloak. I like those abilities on this ship. Even with our +10 to auxiliary, our auxiliary power still sucks. But I just need to do a lot more work on this ship. And of course on Rassilon in general, his reputation, you know, I need to get him in tier 5 and everything. That'll help our passives and everything. I need to get him better gear. Obviously, he's going to be running, like, he needs a better singularity core, but obviously I want to get him probably the Riemann space set, not the Romulan one. I think the Riemann one is a little bit better in some ways. And there are so many other things that we need to get as well for him. But this is going to be our new ship while we finish the storyline missions on Rassilon, and I think I'm going to like it. Already, I think I am. It seems to be doing, and it definitely moves better than the Tal Shiar adapted battlecruiser, which I never really liked the way it moved. This moves better. It just moves better. I can tell already. The only thing is that turn rate's a little slow, and there's nothing I can really do about it because... And I don't have those command abilities, like he just gave command ability. I don't have those command abilities on this ship. I miss that. I do wish I had those, but I guess the Dreadnought doesn't get those command abilities. No, I don't see them at all. So, we don't get those command abilities. But still, I think I'm going to like this ship a lot better than I like the other one. Yeah. Definitely. And you, sir, you know what I'm going to do for you, to you. You are getting a Thaleron pulse.
Ship is under attack.
Oh, he's moving out of the way. Oh. See, that's the bad part about the Thaleron pulse.
Warning,
By the time
ship is under attack.
it fires, your enemy or whoever can be out of range. So that's the sucky part. Anyway, for a static enemy like a Borg cube, they're not going to be able to move out of the way. So a static enemy like that, it'll be good on like a Borg cube. And enemies that just don't move very fast. Dreadnoughts, like the Voth Dreadnought, like for the Spire, that Voth STF, that Dreadnought, this might be good on that. You know, big ships like that that don't move. And in the Breach, there's also a Dreadnought in there. You have to take down a Voth Dreadnought. This would be good on that because they don't move out of the way. And anyway, we got a lot of work to do. So here's what homework for you guys, please. Homework. Tell me, please, how I can better my bridge officer stations. Keep in mind, I want to use Gravity Well, and I want to use Tychon's Rift. Those are my two main science abilities, And I'm going to beef up the auxiliary so I can do a lot of damage with those. Exotic particles, particle system, all of that, I'm going to put damage into that, so keep that in mind. So I want those abilities for science. It's the commander tactical station I'm having a lot of trouble with. But give me your suggestions on how I can build this as a good science, ship that apparently is going to have a commander tactical station. And I'm going to be firing beams, all beams. And maybe not even that many torpedoes. Maybe torpedoes. I don't know. I still would like to have a torpedo spread or a torpedo high yield in there. But keep in mind, probably FAW is what I'm thinking, like FAW 3. So give me your ideas. I'm going to need them for this build. This is going to be a tough one. But that is our early look at the Scimitar Dreadnought Tulwar class specifically. And I want to thank everybody for watching. This is going to be our new ship on Rassilon, so I want to get it right. I want to spend a lot of time with it and get it going pretty good. And again, remember, in the future I will be doing a full series of videos on these dreadnoughts once I figure them out and get good gear. And if I can put it on a Federation character, I may do that since he'll have all the gear. My other Federation characters have, they're all tiered up in the rep system. They have access to everything. Rassilon is nothing right now. Even Ensign Ricky has more than Rassilon. So Rassilon's just not quite ready to demonstrate ships with yet. But my other characters are, so if I can do that, I will. But that will be far in the future. I've got so many other ships planned before this. Just to let you know, I've got a couple of more Voth ships. And then... oh yeah, an advanced obelisk. I got that. Oh yeah. And so we got a few ships to do before we get to this series of ships, but it will come down the road. So stay tuned for that. This right now is an ongoing project with this dreadnought. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that. And give me feedback and suggestions and comments. I need them badly. So thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next.